right, guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great day so far. We've got a good bit to discuss in today's video regarding now the official drop spots of the ALGS Championship teams. You guys might remember from yesterday's video, I accidentally bombarded on them while they were picking all the drop spots live. Now that I got out of there and would let them finish, we now have the official spots as well. Then also some of the more directional changes that these LCQ teams are going to be taking. So if you guys want to stay up to date, all things Apex Legends esports related, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel and all of that. And then also big shout out and thank you to the sponsor of today's video, which is Glitch Energy. We've got our own flavor, by the way, the J-Miles flavor. It's Maui Punch. If you guys want to try it out, you need to try it out. It helps the channel out a ton as well. Make sure to use code J-Miles at your checkout. The link is down in the description below and in the pinned comment. Without further ado, folks, let's go ahead and dive right into this. First thing I wanted to make mention of was coming from Crowd Rindo. Now, I actually did go into a little bit more depth on my main channel about this. If you guys want to go check it out, of course, make sure to do so. Long story short, Respawn seems to be testing some new ring values that could make the games go by faster. I don't know if I really like this change. Basically, it would give you less time to prepare. It would give you less time to, rotate. And overall, it's just going to make the games maybe a little bit more chaotic. And I don't know if I like that. Their reasoning for it is because they've seen people just hide in zone purposely to avoid fights. That is true, but I wouldn't say necessarily for ALGS. I think more so maybe in ALGS you see it because a lack of meds or, just playing edge. That's a play style that people play. And so I don't really know if I agree with that synopsis or that, conclusion made by the ALGS players, but I do agree that it happens in ranked. But I think a better idea would maybe just be like trying to eliminate crafters. I think Hot Ticket kind of said that as well. Xset, head coach was not happy about these changes. So we'll see if it actually goes through. But if you guys want a full dive detail, of course, go check out my main channel. We talk about more of it over there. Also wanted to mention that Madness has now confirmed their new third. Now, obviously not new third. Like this guy was just recently picked up before the LCQ, but they have confirmed that they're going to keep playing with Keon as their third. So this is Shuby, this is Madness, and Keon moving on into year 4 of the ALGS Pro League, and they've already been invited as well, looking for an organization to represent. Now they have confirmed they're making a new team name instead of, like, you remember MLS, MBS, MPS, all these new team changes that they had, team stability. Now they're going to be called the Yummy Boys, it seems like. So we'll see if these guys can obviously find an organization to represent themselves as well. Nonetheless, I think this team has a lot of potential. They've just got to dial it in, and we'll see if they're able to do so. Also want to mention what you probably came here for, the drop spots officially for ALGS Championships. Now, we have multiple maps here. This is Group A versus Group B to start it off. So the red and orange that you see is going to be Group A and Group B, and then C versus D is going to be the blue and green. So first off, this is going to be on Storm Point. You can see based upon this graph right here, we've got TSM in this lobby, and of course TSM is going to be dropping at the wall. That's no surprise. Crazy Raccoon landing over here. I think this is towards Lightning Rod as well. You've also got let's see, another contest over here, Riddle Esports and DNO going to be contesting on Storm Point. Of course Oxygen's landing at Barometer. I don't think anybody really was surprised by that. Not really sure what the 100 Thieves is doing down here. I would imagine that they're not landing in the middle of the ocean. Maybe they're just going to contest someone. Maybe there's something I'm missing. I could be just absolutely stupid. That's probably more likely. But MD Whites as well. GN, Go Next. Obviously, a lot of good teams here. It looks like there will be some contests, though. We've got MD Whites. We've got Go Next. We've got Riddle, DNO. I think this is probably going to be one of the biggest and most important contests that you have. E6 seems like have a really good drop here and a lot of loot they'll be able to cover with this rotation. But Riddle and DNO going to be interesting because Riddle obviously able to pull off some wins over at the event in ALGS Split 2 playoffs. DNO coming off of a hot win from the LCQ in second place, making it from North America. They've got a really good roster that is, notoriously well for Duplex to be doing good at LAN, especially Champs last year. He did pretty good. So we'll see if obviously this contest fares out to be anything. And then you've got Xset and 100 Thieves contesting over at Skyhook. Not really contesting. I mean, they're kind of split off to some degree. But you've got a lot of people on this north side of the map, which is interesting because if you remember watching Split 2 playoffs, you'll know that there was a lot of south side map pools for the ring. And a lot of times, I mean, it's very heavily favored, but yet so many people are coming from the north side of the map. Also, you could worry or, talk about that Storm Point statistically has a much higher success rate if you land up in the north than you do in the south. So obviously, that's something to look out for. Now, what I find interesting as I see this is not only do we have a contest or some contest in Storm Point, we have Riddle and DNO contesting again in World's Edge at the Climatizer. I don't really know how I feel about this. Now, of course, Climatizer is a little bit of a weird one. You can technically land at 2 separate sides of Climatizer and not necessarily fight. It's like kind of like Skyhook, but it's not necessarily as big as Skyhook. So we'll see obviously how this contest goes down. Also, you've got MD White and you've got the Fire Beavers as well, pretty close, Monument and Frag. So we'll see exactly how that goes down. Then Overlook, you've got Sentinels and Go Next. This is going to be a pretty decent one as well. That probably will be a full-blown contest just because, you know, there's a pretty small POI, not much going on over there. Nonetheless, we will see how it all fair plays in the end. Then Group C versus D, you've got Jailings, of course, landing at the top of High Point. You've got Lightning Rod over here for Alliance. You've got Kick and Dojo. That's going to be an interesting one, landing at the wall. Now, we did talk about, you know, potentially Dojo landing at the wall if they get in a game with TSM. Are they going to contest TSM? Obviously, we'll have to wait and see. I think that would be definitely one that people would love to see as far as like the whole like viewership goes. It'd be interesting to watch, but I would hate to see both of their games get griefed over something like that. But I also think that Dojo should be pretty happy with this. I think they have no problem taking, you know, Kick. We'll see how it obviously fares in the end. Phase E36 as well contesting, so that's going to be Storm Point for Group C and Group D. So far, no one landing Skyhook, but I would imagine Northception sees that as an open spot. Surely they don't give that up. You know, it's kind of weird that no one's landing there as of now, but Faye's going to be taking Climatizer. Complexity pretty near as well. Jailings, TYK over in Frag and Monument. No major contests. Onic and E36 over here at the tree. I think this is the tree. And then, yeah, it just doesn't seem like too much is going on. NRG and FC Destroy pretty close as well by staging. But honestly, I don't know if there's too much to worry about. Maybe NRG and FC was probably going to be a good one. And Alliance and Dojo over here in Thermal didn't see that. So that's going to be big. Now, Thermal, of course, is a pretty big POI. You can separate quite a bit, but we'll see how it obviously goes down in the end. Just as we wrap the video up, want to give you guys some roster changes for these LCQ teams that just recently played that are now making some changes. Going into Year 4 Pro League qualifier, Slater is basically looking for a third with his teammate Zach as well. Stompez also looking for a team for Year 4. Can play any legend, any roles, looking to co-IGL mainly though. So Stompez obviously pretty known around the block as well. This team I really like. This is Secret Formula. These guys right here, underdogs of the year, like just wasn't even gonna make it to the finals of LCQ. They throw in a substitute last second. They get second place in that last game that qualified them in order to get to the finals. Then they get 5th place in the finals. They did insane. Yuban, Senpai, Crow, all these guys really good, insane players as well. Not sure why I'm not following all these goats as well. Sang also looking for a team Pro League qualifier year for LGS. Sang obviously pretty known around the block as well. I would imagine he would do pretty good. You got Kuz, the champion for, you know, CC1 for last year, also looking for a new team. Hopefully these guys can find some more stability soon. Looking for a team for Year 4 for Koki. I don't even know this guy, but I got tagged in it by my script writer, so I'd imagine he's pretty good. 4-time CC finals, Pro League qualifier, winner bracket, and finalist. So we'll see how these guys all fair play in the end. Interested to see what you guys have to say down in the comment section below. Of course, make sure to like the video if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys want to stay up to date all things Apex Legends esports related. And just as we end the video off, some little bit of a drama and I guess some beef, some banner coming from Jin Burton from the Dark Zero boys as well. Roll the clip and I'll see you guys later.
Can you just randomly insult some teams?
Rivalry, Alliance suck. They get carried by Effect, the GOAT, and then who else? KCP is the same. Nasky is just the crypto main that relies on saying the controller player, and he can't aim for shit. TSM Hal's brain dead, and they rely on controller aim assist, and yeah.
Would you say you're the greatest shit talker in Apex? Top 3?
No, hell no.
Who would you put as the top 3?
My teammate Zero.